Let's first adjust the microphone. There we go. That should be good. All right, let's make sure we are focused. Yeah, that looks good. All right. First things first, we got some cards from Nick. Let's get these evaluated. Okay, yeah, damaged. We got big old crease down here on the right, as well as that one up top. We will circle the swirl, mark the damage. We got to start doing that on these ones just because I've come across so many of them. I don't want to get them confused. So that one has to go in the humidor. So that'll go tomorrow. There's no point in putting that in right now. The Blastoise. It's got, right, so it's got some stuff on it. We're looking like right here, whatever that is. And there is some scratching. You guys see the scratching into the back? Yeah, let me turn the music down in case that's too loud. Feel like I'm talking over it. All right. Otherwise, it's really not bad. We got a little cardstock distortion, but really not much. Yeah, I think this is honestly light play. We'll see what we can get it up to. But I'd give this light play, mainly just because of whatever stuck to it. So LP arrival. Or no, we don't have to press this. So this will actually go into the today pile. And then we have Typhlosion. So we can see this one, there's a significant amount of scratching here. Oh, as well as a small crease. I didn't see that. Yeah, you guys see that now. So instant yeah, and this corner's peeling. See this? That corner is fraying. So we got to rebuild that corner. And this corner here. So we've actually got to rebuild both corners. So both corners, the crease and whatever that is. Hopefully that comes off. I actually have to give this damaged. And then there's also this indent right here. Man, the more I look at this, the more I find. And then on top of that, the back of the card is already severely faded with the ink. Yeah, this is damaged. I hope he didn't pay damaged. Or I hope he paid damaged, I mean. I think he paid heavy play for it. Because if I'm reading this right, the red should be damaged, orange should be heavy play, and the yellow should be moderate play. Let's make sure we mark that crease up there. We need to rebuild the corners. We got an indent right here that needs to come out. And we need to address whatever's going down there. So let's... Alright, so with that, we're good to start. First, let's see if we can clean... Oh, what? There's another crease running up the whole back of the card. I felt it. That's annoying. Sorry, Nick, someone screwed you on this one. This is 100% certified damaged. Like, that's not even debatable at that point. One delaminated corner, one bent corner, one large crease, one small crease, and then a bunch of crud stuck to the front as well as an indent. Alright, let's see. Does it come off? Yeah, it seems like it's coming off. Okay. So there's hope. There's hope for this thing yet. Look how dirty that is. Alright, after we just clean up the grime on this, we are just gonna set this one aside. This grime is not coming off easy. And the back feels incredibly smooth. I also found another indent. Right there. I think someone polished this. Why would they polish this? See, this is why we make the solution a little bit extra strength. To get rid of people's bad polishes. Sorry about that. Put that over there with the Mew. Alright, let's... I did not think on my placement where I put my garbage. I typically keep this little box so I can just toss stuff into it. That way I don't have to get up. And I put my garbage, my garbage bag in the box. And it folded over. So now I can't throw anything in there without it just going on my floor. Whoops. Alright. The rest of this was just a... if this comes off, everything else would have just been a polish. Probably front and back. Looks good. Alright. Let's get to it. Front, it does have some slight scuffing, and I mean slight. Very slight scratching. The back has a bit more scratching. I think if we hit the back, it actually pushes this to near mint. It doesn't 9 anyways, so there's no point in doing the front. For this Charizard, this could use a front polish. Front polish and then LP. I'll give it like LP plus. For this Altaria, it definitely needs a front polish. And then I'll give it like heavy play plus, depending on how that turns out. And then honestly, I'll be happy with the Altaria, because that Altaria was beat up. We actually removed several creases from that Altaria. So this is what it looks like now. There's like one leftover crease. You guys can kind of see it. If you trace, start right here at the bottom, and you can kind of work your way up. It looks like a scratch almost. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. The creasing actually went all the way through the card. It was pretty bad. Like, this actually looks very nice right now, though. So let's see what we can do with it. Okay, polish is mixed. Got our applicator. We're going to start off... We'll actually start off with the Blastoise, because The first application is always the least amount, and we actually don't need a whole lot of application for the Blastoise. It's already in such fantastic condition, we just need a little bit more to push it over the edge. And we'll probably do like near mint minus on it. But if you were to grade it, I think you get an 8. We'll see. We might give it near mint. I'll give it a one more evaluation. We'll do a point count on it. We'll come up with our final grade. Okay, next up is going to be the Charizard. That looks so much more consistent. That looks nice. Alright, and lastly, which I know you guys are going to be excited about this, this is the Altaria. Look how destroyed this thing is, okay? Now, because of how bad this one is, and because we don't have a whole lot of polishes today anyways, I actually want to give this one a little bit of surface prep. And we're just going to reverse it here. Nope, can't use that side actually. Okay, this is just the surface prep. See that difference? Okay. We'll go ahead and toss that applicator for now. We are going to have to burn through a couple just for Altaria, but that's fine. Actually, let's try something. We're going to try something new. This is an experiment. This is my card, so I'm allowed to experiment. So typically, you would want to rub this paste wax in up until it's fully cured. But what if we don't? What if we don't let the paste wax fully cure and we put silicone on top of it, and then we polish the silicone into the paste wax? What happens? Because technically, the paste wax serves as a further buffer, and the paste wax should just get sealed into the card and be forced to fill in layers, like theoretically, okay? So that's the theory. We're going to see what happens. This still needs to cure, but this is where it's at. Night and day difference from where it was. All right. So we'll save Altaria for last. We'll move that over. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can do near mint. We'll do near mint minus on it. Because I count 6. If I count less than 10, near mint minus. If I count less than 5, near mint. Or 5 or less, I should say. I'd say that's basically a really strong 7. Like it could honestly go 8. It really could. But we'll give it near mint minus. Because we are not the one delivering that final grade. If we were, it'd be a little bit different. Look at that beautiful finish. Okay, so the Charizard's going to be Light Play Plus. Last one. You guys ready for this? We've got a little bit of cloudiness, which is what we want to see. That's normal. What's not normal is if the cloudiness stays. So if it clouded beneath the silicone layer, then that means the paste wax still acted independently. But if it doesn't, if when I dry this, it clears everything up, then this might actually be a whole new method that works really well. So let's find out. Yeah, this is the final. Didn't really get anything like super substantial. I don't really have anything to compare it to, but it looks good. We're going to give it heavy play. And for whoever buys this at heavy play, I think they'll be happy with it, honestly. I think that gets like a, honestly, like a 2 or a 3. I'd give it a 2 or a 3. All right. Next up, we only have 2 cards left. Number 1 is Firo. Who is just going to get a front polish. Number 2 is Mewtwo. And honestly, this one's just going to go right to light play minus. No point in polishing this one. This one's just done. Looks nice though. Should be a nice one. Alright, so last card is going to be the Firo, and then we move on to our presses. If you're a little underwhelmed at the volume of cards today, don't worry. There is more stuff coming. Okay, so let's give Firo a minute to kind of hang out. And let's go ahead and get Blastoise packaged up. We're going to give Blastoise near mint minus. This goes in Nick's pile because that's his. Charizard gets LP plus. And Altaria gets just heavy play. We go like heavy play minus, but I'm charging heavy play price on this because it's a nice one. All right. For tomorrow, these are the cards that'll be handled tomorrow. Dun dun dun. A nice little Lugia. And then just some stuff. Those are all getting done tomorrow. Have to make a new polish and a new spray here soon. Oops. All right. Whew. Looks better. I could get it a little bit better, but this right here is going to prevent it for me. So I'm going to have to give this one like LP minus because of that. So, because that'll be like a 5 or a 6. But did get rid of most of it. So, let's get the next part ready. Okay, we've given that enough. If it warps the sleeve, it's no big deal. I'll just put a new one on. LP minus. That'll be going for sale. Now, some of these are mine, some of them aren't. I honestly forget which ones are. I think these two are mine, personally, but... Graveler looks pretty good. You can see where it had an indent. But looking at it now, it's nice and flat. And that's what we want. We want nice and flat. So Graveler, round 2. Let's see if you keep your flatness. This is the Pidgeot. It had a crease. Pretty nasty one, actually. You guys can still kind of see it here. Yeah, I think we might just try and shoot for moderate play on this one. We'll see. Okay, so this is a Misty Seadra. And this is going out for grading, so I don't want to do it to this one. If that fixes, it'll go for grading. This Haunter is probably not getting fixed, so that's fine. Okay. Let us grab our tools. I do like this little tiny ball. Alright. We've got this side over here to deal with on that bottom edge. We have over here to deal with. A little bit at the top. Is that grind? That is. Just in case. No, I didn't see the crease. Alright, this has to go in the humidor. We'll press it first, but then it definitely has to go in the humidor. Alright. If you can't see the crease, it's right there. I did not see it. I just now saw it. Just goes to show you, sometimes you can make mistakes, guys. So we're just going to try and push the crease in a little bit. We will eventually go over it with heat, but that's what it looks like now. Not a big difference or anything, mind you, but that's really not what we're going for here. Okay. Seadra's ready for the press. The Gengar, or I'm sorry, not the Gengar, the Haunter. Okay. Let's get these prepped. If you're asking why I'm bothering to press a Trick or Trade Haunter that's worth 17 cents, look them upgraded. You may be pleasantly surprised. So anything that can remotely be desirable in the future, I work on them and then I just throw them in a box. And like 10 years later, I'll open them up. Or 5. Believe it or not, this actually looks better. But this whole side is still lifting up. So it does need to get ready for a GP. So let's prep it for a glue press. Here we are. The damaged Kingdra. We will do that tonight as well. But in the meantime, we have a Gengar Trick or Trade. This one does well at 10s. So where were you at, little buddy? Had one small flaw. I think it's right there. Yep. We want to get that in a 10 because that's a nice one. It's like $150 or something stupid like that. Okay. This one's looking pretty good. Still got that residue of that binder dent though. Let's hit it again. I wonder if, because someone polished this one, so I'm wondering if it was polished and then they used like a ceramic coating or something, because it's not retaining any like water resistant, or I'm sorry, it's not, there's like no permeability, it seems like. Yeah, that water just completely beads on the surface. We'll keep trying. evaluate that after a few days. We don't have anything to replace the pressed card with, so this just goes in empty. Okay, let's move some stuff. Be right back with the next one. Okay, a few more cards left. Okay, Erica's Dragonair had a binder dent. I can see it. So this one needs to go back in for another press. So, let's see if you guys can see it. I'm sure you can, right here. Not as bad as it was, but not ideal either. Hold on. There we go. See the sun rise out of the ash as we hold nothing back. When the shadows come, we won't run from the fight. Come on and follow the light. If you have not seen the movie David, it's actually a great movie. My daughter's probably watched it like 15 times by now. Okay, I think the Bulbasaur is about as good as it's going to get. Hopefully we can get it to moderate play. That's what we're going to shoot for, but we won't know until we're done. Because this one was damaged. I forget what was wrong with the Shining cards, but I had a couple of them in here. This came in with Nick. Oh, that's right. The edges were distorted. Looks better now. Acceptable for light play, which is all it'll get anyways. The funny thing is there's probably no reason for me to even bother with these Shining cards because they're probably just worth $1 anyways, but if it helps Nick out, it doesn't take me a lot of time. I don't got a lot of I don't got a big repair queue anyways. It's not a big deal. So we'll give him an extra 25 cents. I think is what that'll come out to. Because I'm not going to charge him for it if it's that low. Alright. This Pikachu's been a pain. It's on like cycle 7 or 8 now. Yeah. I'm done with it. It'll either be heavy play minus or it'll be if it's not heavy play minus, it'll be damaged plus, but it's going to be one of the two. Yep, Hatterene also looks like play. All right. We have one more order of business for the night, folks. Let me get these put away and let's go grab our last order of business. Where is this at? Okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we can make it fit right there. Okay. I do need my fingers with no sensation doling here, because this is you can't mess this up. You only get one chance when it comes to regluing something. You mess it up, you're done. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more, huh? Sorry if this part's not on camera, ladies and gents. Like I said, I only get one chance. I can't afford to make this photogenic. I gotta do it right. It's across so many layers of this card. missed a section. Okay. Like I said, you only get one shot at this. I missed a corner. That's alright. We can always do another glue, but we just can't mess it up the first time. Alright, looks good. This side might be a little distorted, but that's okay. Alright. Let's clean this off. That's how fast that glue dried, by the way. Like I said, you only get one chance, and you have to use a fast tack glue because it has to actually hold it in place. If it doesn't hold it in place, what'll end up happening is it will warp and cause creases and bubbling, and you do not want that. And you see, the tricky part is you actually have to use a glue that is not thick. It has to be a super thin glue, and that is very hard. But, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for stopping by and watching the stream if you did stop by and check it out. But that's pretty much all I got for you today. I will have more repairs on Thursday, and we'll go over some of those then. I look forward to hearing from you guys then. So God bless each and every one of you, and have a fantastic week. Take it easy. I'll see you Thursday.